Have you ever looked at an airplane cockpit and seen all those screens, dials, switches? It might seem super complicated, like something from a sci-fi movie. But, what if I told you that understanding the basics is much easier than you think? Every light and every number tells the pilot a super important part of the flight's story. From making sure the plane flies straight and level, to talking with controllers on the ground, these systems are the unsung heroes of every trip through the skies. They're the reason a pilot can fly safely through clouds, cross huge oceans, and land smoothly at a busy airport, even at night. This video is for anyone curious about the cockpit, a brand new student pilot, a simulator fan wanting more realism, or someone who loves planes and wants to understand them better. We're going to make these amazing tools easy to understand. We'll break down the complex-looking panel into simple, clear parts. My goal, to show you that you don't need to be an engineer to get how these systems make modern flying safe and super interesting. We'll go through the main parts, from basic instruments to GPS and automatic systems. We'll skip the hard math and fancy words, focusing on what things are and why they matter. By the end, you'll look at a panel and understand it. We'll follow a hook, simplify, apply method. So, buckle up and get ready to understand the language of the cockpit. So, what exactly are avionics? In simple terms, they're the electronic systems used in an aircraft. That's it. The word combines aviation and electronics. If a system uses electricity to help fly, navigate, communicate, or monitor the aircraft, it falls under avionics. These systems are the brain and nervous system of the plane. They gather information, process it, and show it to the pilot for safe decisions. From takeoff to landing, they are tireless digital co-pilots. Think of avionics like your car's dashboard. Speedometer, fuel, GPS, radio. In flight, speed, altitude, direction, location, and talking to the ground. Specialized tools for a 3D job. The evolution of avionics is key in aviation history. Before, a compass and even a piece of string. Flying was by eye. Today, pinpoint accuracy, complex routes, and bad weather. We'll see instruments, radios, systems, tools. Parts with specific jobs in an integrated system that makes flying safe and efficient. Before glass screens, the six-pack was the standard. These are the basic tools: attitude, speed, height, and direction. Even today, these 6 pieces of information are still the most important. Airspeed indicator, attitude indicator, altimeter, turn coordinator, heading indicator, vertical speed indicator. They are the pilot's eyes in clouds or at night. Speed, like your car's speedometer. Attitude, the most important without visual clues, an artificial horizon. On the right, altimeter, a precise barometer above sea level. Below, turn coordinator, heading indicator, a steady compass, and vertical speed indicator in feet per minute. Getting comfortable with the six-pack is super important. Practice focusing on one instrument at a time in straight and level flight. Keep your altitude using only the altimeter. Keep your heading using only the heading indicator. Practice climbs, descents, and turns. This foundation makes you a more precise pilot. Flying is a team sport, and a pilot is never truly alone. Communication is super important for safety and staying organized in the sky. That's where radios come in. They let you talk to air traffic controllers, other pilots, and people on the ground. This helps with taking off, getting instructions, knowing the weather, and landing safely. Without them, the sky would be a mess, especially at busy airports. Just like in your car, you tune into a specific radio channel to talk to a specific controller. For example, ground control for moving around on the ground, tower for taking off and landing, and approach control to guide you to the airport. The radio panel shows your active channel and a standby one. With one button, you can switch between them without stopping. This is really helpful during busy times and keeps you a step ahead. Most flight simulators have air traffic control. You can find your airport's radio channels online or on the Sims map. Tune to ground control before you start moving, and to the tower before you take off. Listen for the standard phrases they use. practice saying things back, like, cleared for takeoff, runway 25. You'll get more comfortable and confident for when you fly a real plane. Once you're up in the air, how does a pilot know where to go? Navigation instruments. For many years we used VOR, which stands for VHF Omnidirectional Range. These are ground stations that send out signals in all directions. You fly along these signals like invisible roads in the sky called airways. The ILS, or Instrument Landing System, helps you land precisely on the runway. It guides you side to side, that's the localizer, and up and down, that's the glide slope, for when you can't see much. VOR is like following invisible strings between cities, from one anchor point to the next. The game changer? GPS. Just like your phone, it uses satellites to give you a super accurate position anywhere you are. You're not stuck to VOR airways anymore. You can fly straight to your destination, which saves time and fuel. You see a moving map, your position, your route, the terrain, the weather, and even other traffic. It gives you amazing awareness of everything around you. In the simulator, start by planning a VOR to VOR route. Tune your radios, center the needle, and keep on track. Then try a direct to with GPS. Just enter your destination and follow that magenta line. Finally, load an ILS approach and follow the localizer and glide slope all the way down. You'll really feel the precision. This training gives you a great feel for how modern instrument navigation works. VOR and ILS were the backbone for 50 years and are still important as primary or backup systems, while GPS is what defines flying today. See and be seen, transponders and ADS-B. In the 3D sky, air traffic controllers and other pilots need to know where you are. The transponder listens for radar and replies with a squawk code, making your target clear and identified with position and, depending on the mode, altitude. It's like the airplane's electronic license plate. With the code, the system links radar and flight plan, call sign, type, and destination on screen. This is the basis of secondary surveillance radar. ADS-B, Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast, automatically transmits GPS position, altitude, speed, and heading every second. Controllers see you with greater precision, and other aircraft equipped with ADS-B in also see you. It's like a social network for airplanes, for safety. In the sim, ATC assigns you a squawk. Find the panel and dial in the 4-digit code. Put it in the correct mode, usually ALT, before entering the runway area. If you have ADS-B, check your traffic display. You'll see nearby aircraft and their data. Appreciate how this makes the sky safer. The helpful co-pilot. Flying needs constant changes to direction, height, and how the plane is tilted. It can get tiring. That's where the autopilot comes in. It doesn't take over for the pilot. It's a hard-working helper that makes things easier and more exact. It frees you up to find your way, talk to others, keep an eye on things, and plan your flight. It's like your car's cruise control, but in 3D. Basic modes, keeping the wings level, holding height, and staying on course. These make long flights less tiring. More advanced ones, they connect to VOR or GPS. In Navi mode, they follow your flight plan with perfect turns. Some can even fly full ILS approaches down to just a few hundred feet above the runway. The pilot watches and is ready to take over. In the simulator, when flying smoothly, turn on HDG and watch it follow the heading. Then turn on ALT and check that the altimeter stays steady. Connect it to your GPS plan. Take off by hand, turn on nav, and watch it follow the plan perfectly. You'll see how it makes things easier and safer, keeping the heart healthy, engine and systems monitoring. Besides flying, you need to know how the engine is doing. Engine speed, RPM, oil temperature and pressure, fuel flow, cylinder head temperature. Watching these things makes sure everything is working right and helps you catch problems before they become big emergencies. It's like a medical checkup, heart rate, blood pressure, and temperature. If a number is outside the green zone, it's an early warning. Before, we had lots of old-style gauges. Now, we have a clear digital screen. Green, yellow, and red bars and automatic alerts help you see what's important. In the simulator, after you start the engine, make sure the oil pressure goes into the green zone in a few seconds. During the pre-takeoff check, look at the engine speed and make sure everything is in the green. When you're flying, check your instruments every few minutes, especially when climbing. These good habits will give you a clear picture of how the engine is doing in any plane, from a small trainer to a big airliner. Putting it all together, your first avionics checkout. We've gone through the main parts. The six-pack, GPS, autopilots, they're not as scary as they look. They are tools to help you fly the plane, navigate, talk to others, and check its health. Flight instruments, your window to the sky. Radios, your link to the ground. Navigation, your map. Engine gauges, your stethoscope. First, avionics are the plane's brain and nervous system. Second, each system has a simple main purpose. Third, they work together to give you a clear picture of what's happening. The best way to learn is by using them. Use simulators, push buttons, and watch. Plan a flight, fly an approach, talk to virtual air traffic control. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll feel. In a real flight, your instructor will guide you. Ask questions. Every expert was once a beginner. Avionics change, but the basics stay the same. Whether you look at a six-pack or a glass cockpit, you now get the main ideas. The sky is huge, and understanding the tools makes the journey more fun.